Hi guys, hey, we finally got this up and going, and I'm sorry that it took this long to get it moving, my friend. But we are here, and we are live. We are live. We are large. We are in charge. If anybody's listening, let me know how the audio is going. We are up, and guys, I am so sorry that took as long as it did. But I pray that you guys hopefully find your way back over and give me another chance. I'm gonna try to set this up just right here, guys. All right, I think we are good to go, ready to move. Even swearing good enough. Let's see if I can figure out how to play with my microphone a little bit. Microphone check, microphone check, microphone check, microphone check, microphone check, microphone check. This device is on. Okay. Close to what I want. See all the settings. That's what I want. As soon as I can get this up and going. Phone setup. Voice speed. And no. Voice speed. That's not right. One more time. I think you guys are hearing me, but I'm not quite sure, so just want to make sure. Daytime language, no speech. Microphone volume. Alright, it says it's loading it. Give me just a second. No, that's not what I wanted. It took me on a web search. Okay, here we go. Microphone volume. I'm gonna turn that on up just a smidge. Testing, 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 testing. one more time. I'm gonna do that because that was the right thing. No, that's not it again. I really have to type in microphone volume here. Microphone volume. All right, now then, God, no. No, what on, guys? This is killing me, guys, killing me. We are gonna light up very, very soon, I promise. Can you guys hear me? I'm gonna go ahead and assume you can hear me fine. If you can't, come along in the messages and let me know for sure. If not, we're gonna sit there and talk and have a good time. Enjoy folks' company, enjoy each other's good time. Sit here, laugh, talk, have fun. You know what I mean? God, it's just not. I know it ain't picking it up. It's driving me crazy. There it is. We'll turn that bad boy all the way up. All right, so we're as loud as it gets. We're testing, testing, testing live. 1, 2, 3. Testing, 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 testing. All right, this is as good as I think it's gonna get. All right, so here we are. We are lighting up, and we are gonna hang out, and we're gonna talk, and we're gonna chill. Sorry that took so long. Hopefully somebody will come on along eventually and check us out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn that up that there just a little bit. That way you guys get a little bit of the ambiance I got going on over here. As I hear the Victor Sinclair's Connecticut, it's a short one because it's kind of cold out here right now. But I do want to sit and relax and stretch my feet out and talk to you guys for a little bit, and hopefully we'll have a good time. Check us out, Blue Breakers. I'm gonna put some music on. How about that? Low level. So guys, talk about my day a little bit. Woke up early this morning. Didn't really have to until I go out there to the work. The strenuous stress job of being a retailer, not fun. Not fun at all. But I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do to support your family, right? Hope everybody's doing well. It's a crazy world we're living in right now. All kind of crazy stuff going on. Kids in school ain't safe, man. What's wrong with the world? All right. So, me and the family actually rented slash bought Avatar: Way of the Water, a full-blown sequel that I fully admit that I was not um necessarily looking forward to. Give you some context. My wife and I actually went and saw the first one in theaters as one of our first dates, and well, holy crap! We're 12 years later now, and we finally got part two that he's been promising pretty much the entire 12 years. That being said, not a bad movie. It's not one that I recommend if you ever get a chance now to catch in theaters, just because it is a butt numbing 3 hours long, and it's good to be able to pause something like that in case you gotta go to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Right down below, tell me what your favorite movie is so far for 2023. Yes, in my brain right there, I just quickly forgot what year it was. Um, hadn't seen John Wick Chapter 4 yet, but I'm very, very excited to because I've heard good things about it. I'm a big fan of all the other movies they've had out this far. Keanu Reeves is one of those, how do you describe him? He's very underestimated as an actor. Certainly has the chops for action movies. Anybody that's seen The Matrix, regardless of what your opinion is about how they went with CGI in that, he killed that role. He's obviously killing the John Wick, and I think sometimes he gets underrated. Sometimes he has a reputation for things sometimes that's justified. Yes, he certainly has one note, one style that he does. I can't deny that. But he how would you say it? That one thing he does it well. um, I reminded specifically in the scene of the original Wick, he took everything from me. He stole everything from me. Every last little bit of hope I had after my wife died, he stole it from me. And so basically, you can either give me your son or you can die next to him. And that's a piece of raw emotion that Keanu was able to pull out that I think has unfortunately been lacking in some of the other movies. My own critique. Uh, Simply because now I think they did it on purpose. I think it is because they want John Wick to just be more of this ghost kind of thing. You know, the bad guy. And man, a few words. So maybe they did that on purpose, but I think Keanu Reeves is underestimated. I was certainly a fan of, and I understand it. He got a little bit of hate for this, but I loved his portrayal of Johnny Silverhand in Cyberpunk. If you're actually having a cigar with me tonight, type down in the comments below what kind you're actually having. I'd love to know. Eventually, this right here is the kind of setup. And I'd like to do something a lot nicer than what I've got going on here. I'd like to have an actual background going, a very ambient, if you will, setup. And I really would like to have that. But this is kind of what I'd like to do. Like if I ever make it to the next level and kind of start getting to I can start monetizing, and I start getting members and stuff like that. This is kind of the style that I'd like to do for members only, and the way to chat with people and get to know folks a little better. You know, you guys get special access to me, special conversations. We're all going to talk and enjoy each other a little bit better. So, um, at work, they actually ended up giving us $50 gift cards for the owner's birthday. I think he turned 70 something over time. And you got X amount of gift cards for ever many years you've been with the company. And so I ended up with like four $50 gift cards. So the very first thing I did was went out and bought myself a new firearm. Got myself a Ruger SC 1690. It's a small, compact little something for kind of concealed carry kind of thing. Kind of fun. Um, can't wait to take it out and shoot it yet. I haven't had a chance to do that. You know, something about sitting out here on a night like this, it just, even though it is a little chilly, I admit, nice and relaxing. Chilling, sitting here listening to piano music. Normally I have some Dean Martin or something like that going, but Dean Martin is more of a copyrighted thing, so I gotta be careful with that. The cigar, the Victor Sinclair, Connecticut, was given to me by my dad. Thank you very much for that. If you happen to see this, appreciate you sharing. He was the one that got me turned on to cigars as a young man. I'll never forget the day I had my first one. I had just turned, I think it was 22 years old, and up to that point, I had never had anything smoked in my life. I barely drank alcohol, and I remember it was my birthday, and my older brother Josh came by, and my dad had always smoked cigars. He was very, very into cigars. He was in the military, and I think that's kind of where he picked it up. But he and my brother went out in the backyard, and they used to sit there and would have cigars, and like I would commonly see them do. And eventually, you know what? I kind of got tired of being left out of it, so I finally went up to him and I said, "You know what? Why don't y'all let me try one of them again?" And with I've been some beat. My dad grabbed one of them. He cut it for me with a Victor Sinclair, Connecticut, and I lit it up. And much to my surprise, it didn't make me sick. Obviously, I smoked it like a rookie, coughing and everything else. But oh boy, it was good. We had a good time with it, and I hadn't looked back since. So you can thank my dad for my smoking habit. I admit that it's kind of hard to sit here and find things to talk about when there's not really anybody communicating with you, but I don't want anybody to come on the stream and not be talking about something. My boy to be sitting here staring at a blank camera and just look kind of creepy. So I guess I'll keep rambling until somebody comes up, hopefully. One thing I did want to mention, please remember I'm still very much heavily pushing the Erase the Stigma campaign for folks suffering from mental illnesses. You can go to erasethestigmacampaign.com/donate. I would very much like to hear if anyone donated. Just a great little organization trying to do the best they can to raise awareness for mental health in this country, which is something I think is desperately needed. Anybody got any movies or anything like that they're looking forward to? Um, it's weird to say. I think one movie I think I'm kind of looking forward to is that Five Nights at Freddy's movie that they got coming out. I'm a big fan of Blumhouse, and I'm a big fan of most of the things they did. Um, for better or worse, I really did enjoy most of the new Halloween trilogy that they did. It was really good. I really enjoyed most of the movies that they've done. I enjoyed *Malignant*. I thought that was an excellent movie. Jane Wan, the master for horror movies, if you didn't know. Sorry, got them on my screen. Um, and so, And while I admit I very little of the game myself have I played, just because with cerebral palsy, my reaction time isn't quite fast enough, and I don't handle jump scares all that well. They're a little spastic. And but that being said, I've always enjoyed watching it played with some of the YouTubers I like to follow. You know, guys like Markiplier, who's a legend in his own right in this world, and guys like Jacksepticeye, stuff like that. You know, and I got to admit that whenever I started understanding that there was a lore behind it, and started watching game theory, not that. Um, 40 years old, and I got I'm sitting there watching YouTube. But anyway, I got turned on to the idea of the story and the lore and the way that Scott Coffin designed that story and the fact that he never really gives you any clear answer to the story. And it's that the completionist complex that we all got in our brains is what keeps making everybody go back to it and think about it and think about it and think about it, and nobody can let it go. And that story is it convoluted as all hell? Absolutely. Is it probably a little overdone? Certainly. But I can't deny it's intriguing. I can't deny it's good. I've read all of the books that came out, the Silver Eyes, the Twisted Ones in the Fourth Closet. And I bet I kind of liked them. I'm a sucker for 20 horrors, so yeah, I liked it. But yeah, I'm really intrigued as to what Blumhouse might could do with the actual story for that. So that's interesting. See, another good. I want to see John Wick. I think we talked about that. Uh, I think after seeing Avatar: Way of Water, I'm pretty excited for the third one. It wasn't expecting to be that way because I'm one of the guys that said, okay, the first one was pretty good, but you did okay with that one. James Cameron's name, the man can do no wrong. Uh, but after 12 years, I was like, do we really want a sequel at this point? But I'll be damn blame, dude. He did all right for a 3 hour movie. You know, guys, I'm sitting here knocking on the door at the age of 40. I got a 14-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old daughter, a beautiful wife, beautiful kids. Wouldn't trade them for anything. Wouldn't trade the whole thing for anything. But boy, for everything as I thought I knew in life, the more and more I realized I didn't know. It has been my blessing in life to be surrounded by beautiful women. My mom, beautiful woman. My sister, beautiful woman. Um, my wife, an extremely beautiful woman. Both my daughters, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little girls. But that being said, I am, despite being raised around women with my life, I am clueless. And that I was having a conversation with my oldest the other day, and just kind of we go on trips, and at this point, she packs more than anybody else, the whole house, 5 times over. My wife and I can only get um, we can only get both of our stuff into one duffel bag for for an extended weekend. My youngest daughter, can get most of her stuff in a backpack. If you allow her something separate to keep her cell phone and maybe a tablet in, she can get most of her stuff in a backpack. My oldest daughter, for a 3 night trip, requires an entire suitcase because she needs at least 3 outfits a day. And I asked her, I said, why is that? Why do you need that? And she said, well, Daddy, because I need options. I never know how I'm going to feel when I get up in the morning. I need options. And it was just that moment that I go, nah. So I wanted to give you guys a heads up a little bit. Like I said, this is kind of a taste of something somewhere that I'd like to do with the prospect of maybe having some members down the way. But I realized with this channel that not most of, all of my views are coming from the shorts. I can't get, as of right now, I cannot get a single person to check out a live stream. Nobody's watching the videos that I put out for gaming. And while I fully admit that it's probably just because I'm not very good at it and it's not interesting to anybody, I'm okay with that. That's a fair critique. A lot of these guys out there, they're very high energy, very spastic, and they're very talented gamers. And bottom line is it's a saturated market. So, it is a reality, and I fully accept it, but I'm probably not going to get any traction in that area. That being said, while nobody is watching, it is a lot of hard work putting together pre-cut content of games that I'm playing, putting in time, cutting, editing, all that kind of stuff, and stuff that I'm obviously not very good at. And just having nobody watching it. So going forward, I think most of my content is going to be set specifically for shorts and streaming. Trying my best to get traction on streaming because I want to play some games. Right now we are in the middle of The Last of Us Part 1, and I will continue to stream that one. I may go back and finish Resident Evil 4, the remake, one day here soon. But I think that's how I'm going to do it from here on out until we start picking up some traction and people start saying that that's something that they want to see from me. And if that's not what they say, that's fine. That being said, guys, let me know what you guys want to see. For what little traction I'm getting, there does seem to be something there, something small, and I do want to create content. I do want to leave a legacy of something behind. I think even at the end of the day, if nobody checks out this channel, if I leave the best parts of myself here, right here on the channel for the world to see, and nobody ever sees it, and one day I am dead and gone, my daughters, my grandchildren, maybe even my great grandkids could look back and they can see their grandfather, they can see their dad, and see what kind of man I was just right here for them to see. And I think that's one of the coolest aspects of what I'm trying to do here. I had a funny thought the other day. What if the entire time I was making this channel, nobody ever watched a single video I put out until after I died? And then after I died, all the content that I had created, I became one of the most popular YouTubers on the platform. One of the most popular content creators on all the platforms out there after I'd already died. Nobody watched a single one while I was alive. But after I died, all of a sudden we just blew up. Crazy. And hey, if that's what happened, I'm cool with that. Not what happens, and it's just here for my kids and grandkids, that's cool too. Typically, I'm going to have a much larger cigar than this going, and I think I'm going to make this an every Sunday night kind of thing. I think it's going to be every Sunday night around 10 p.m. Give me a little time to get the kids in bed, get the wife laid down and stuff, so spend a little time with her, get her relaxed and chilled out, and then I'll come out here, especially as the weather starts to get warmer. We're going into the spring and summer months, and especially as it starts to get warmer, I'll come out here and I'll live stream, and if somebody comes to watch it, that's great. If not, I guess they can get to. Tomorrow night, I'm still on track to be live streaming Grand Theft Auto 5 online with my good buddy Big Jamie. I have not played Grand Theft Auto online in months and months. So I'm gonna get a guided tour from my good buddy Big Jamie about all the changes that have gone on around Los Santos. Um, Last thing I think I was really involved in was when they put in the casino, doing the casino heist. So it'll be fun to go around with him for at least an hour, hour and a half, and see what changed. And he and I always have a good time going back and forth, and we'll be there to entertain you guys. It'll probably kick off somewhere around 11:30. My buddy Big Jamie is quite the wrestling fan, and he wants to wait till after Monday Night Raw goes off the air tomorrow night. So it'll be 11:15, 11:30. So what else am I looking forward to? Well, after I get done streaming The Last of Us Part 1, I think we'll probably make sense to move on to The Last of Us Part 2. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with that game. I consider the original Last of Us to be one of the greatest story-driven video game narratives. No, not one of the greatest video game story of all time. And anybody that says the gameplay that sucks in that, wasn't playing it. Wasn't playing it the way it was designed to be played. You're either playing it on easy or you're playing it on normal. Those games are designed to be played on hardcore, because it's meant to install a sense of desperation to you. That being said, like I said, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with that one. From a video game play perspective, from a graphical perspective, bottom line, hands down, one of the best games I've ever played. That being said, in the story department, I kind of, they dropped the ball a little bit there for me. I have no problem with the fact that they killed Joel. Joel was one of my favorite characters of all time in video games. And I would rather see his character have a death that meant something and propelled the story forward, rather than see him relegated to a side character. So I was fine with that. I was fine with them making it because of him killing the doctor in the hospital. I was not, however, fine with the fact that they made us spend time with the person who killed Joel for an entire half of the game. I understand what Neil was trying to do when he did that. He was trying to get us to see both sides of evil, both sides justified in their own ways. But I don't know, it just didn't work for me. And Abby herself is not that interesting of a character. She's not that likable of a character. None of the side characters that they put in there are likable. Owen is a douchebag that kind of trying to ditch out on his responsibility. Mel is she's a pregnant woman hell bent on being in a war zone, putting her own selfish needs above the kid. I have issues with that. Being a parent, I definitely have issues with that. I can't even think of what the doctor's name was in that game. But she's the doctor who betrayed her Hippocratical oath when she helped them torture Joel. So no, I don't like her. Only two characters I actually liked were Yar and Lev. And they're two of the most. I think they're trying to set up like with Lev, sort of a Joe and Ellie kind of a thing with them. My only complaint there was that I felt I have no problem with the fact that they made the character of Lev transgender, made that very, very clear. You know, he can tell whatever story he wants to, regardless of politics or anything like that. He's more than welcome to tell whatever story he wants to. But it did feel like it was kind of forced and heavy-handed. I feel it's weird now in media where it feels like anytime they want to put that kind of character in a game, they got to give them some kind of tragic backstory to go with it. And I'm sure that's not every one of them stories. Matter of fact, I'd argue that that's probably not most of their stories. Especially considering how they're put on pedestal by society today. It just seems a little forced to me. That's my opinion, though. My opinion. If you have a different opinion, that's absolutely fine. But that, and I feel like they kind of wanted to turn Ellie into a villain when I think Ellie suffered all the consequences, where it didn't really seem like Abby really suffered any of the consequences for her vengeance. You could say that she lost all her friends too, but at the end of the day, did she really like any of the people she lost? I don't think so. She was always mildly annoyed with Owen. She darn sure didn't like Mel. I mean, trying to steal Mel's man. So, did she really lose anything? It didn't feel like it. I mean, she lost, I guess you could say she lost the WLF, but I think that was more out of her saying, her being tired of the war that they were fighting with the stars. It's a very complex game, and if I was to give The Last of Us a 10 out of 10, an extremely strong A plus 10 out of 10. I would certainly have to give The Last of Us Part 2 a 7. Starting to get down to the end here, guys. I was really hoping somebody was going to show up, but I've enjoyed talking to myself and nothing else. I get off, and I'm one of those guys that whenever I get thoughts going in my head, it often manifested itself its way out. I kind of had a little bit of a lonely childhood outside of high school, so probably did spend more time in a room talking to myself than I want to admit. So that probably got a little bit to do with it. So I guess you could say this is kind of just natural. And gorgeous night out here. Very relaxing, very chilling. Apologize if you can hear the neighbors across the way. They're a little loud. So, my father-in-law, tell you a little bit about him. He, the guy who went to school for a marketing degree, had a great career as far as I understand it with his marketing degree. And my understanding is, just due to the downside, I think he ended up losing his job. The man went from being, I don't know if it was a scheduler or a dispatcher or what it was, some kind of job for a local taxi cab company. He went from doing that, and then now he's pretty much completely reinvented himself for a second time as a real estate appraiser. The SOB is one of the hardest working son of guys I've ever met in my life. I really have looked up to him. He taught me a lot about managing finances and stuff like that. He's been one of the good guys that I could go to and ask questions to. It's pretty cool. But the poor son of a gun just went and had surgery on his foot and just not getting around no kind of good. And I've been thinking about getting that age myself here lately. I know some of these conversations are seeming very, very, very random. I'm sorry for that, but I'm just sitting here talking to myself and just kind of talking and whatever pops in my head. I think I said in another stream, and my wife will confirm it. I am the master of random thoughts, and with no filter, just letting that random thought just flow right out. So that's what you're in for when you're joining me in the cigar lounge, particularly when I ain't got nobody else to communicate with. Pretty intense little classical music we got going on here. Maybe I'll turn it down a little bit. Okay. Unfortunately, it's one of those things without having somebody to tell me the audio, it's a little bit difficult to judge how I'm doing in that respect. My little gauge down there doesn't move very high when I talk, so I don't know how loud this is going to be. So please feel free to leave me anything in the comment section. Guys, I'm for real. I'm looking for ideas and I'm open to suggestions. Please comment. I got thick skin. If you just want to tell me I suck and I'm the worst streamer in history, that's fine. I like honesty. But I'm open to advice. So anybody got any ideas, I would certainly appreciate it. Look at that. I think we're getting down to the end. Last few puffs. And I think I'm going to have to call it a night here, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, going to mention, we did make it up to 19 subscribers. Holy crap. The 19th guy, he was, you're a madman or woman. I love you. We had 20 subscribers, but then all of a sudden it went back down to 19. I guess whoever it was, I just wasn't their taste. That being said, it turned out I've got some viewers in Canada. Love you. I got some viewers in Europe now. Love you guys. You guys are great. Thank you for checking me out when you do. But yeah, got some ladies watching us. Hey, welcome, ladies. Not so much just a sausage party either. I apologize. I could talk so you guys and tell you I'm not the most PC. I apologize. Nah, I just think about I'm smoking devil's lettuce. I gotta admit though, if nothing else, this has been relaxing and therapeutic. Natural way to work all the bad thoughts out of your head. If nothing else, right? And hey, at the end of the day, if all it does is help me out, I can live with that too. I gotta get this microphone thing figured out because I don't think it's coming through the way I hope it would be. I was gonna try to see if I can make it to at least an hour, but I don't think this is gonna make this last little bit of butt is gonna make it for another 15 minutes. I was gonna go by the store and pick up one more cigar before I got home, but it didn't quite work out that way. Sorry though. I got a better handle on it next Sunday. We'll call it 10:30. I'll be right out here doing it again. And can't wait to hopefully see you guys out here too. It'll be Easter Sunday. So I'm sure I'll have some family stories to talk about then. That'll be nice. So somebody was something I was gonna bring up. And again, I would like to have some kind of nice background for this going, like some kind of something I can put on a green screen. So if any of you guys out there are really artistic, I would like something that looks like a lounge with some neon light artwork that says that PS Guys Cigar Lounge. If anybody out there is artistic like that and could make something like that for me, I'd be very appreciative. Please contact me on Twitter at thatpsguy. I would really appreciate it. I'll mention it one more time. The charity Erasing the Stigma campaign / donate. Erasing the Stigma, the Erasing the Stigma campaign.com / donate. A great little charity trying to help out folks suffering from mental health issues. There's not enough of that going on in the world. People trying to help. There's a lot of people out there that it's too late by the time people realize they need help. It's the reason schools are going the way that they're going right now. It's the reason that the bad things that happened that YouTube doesn't want me to talk about 2 weeks ago happened. It's just because nobody's paying attention to mental health. Take care of yourself, man. You gotta take care of yourself up here. If you don't take care of yourself up here, you can't take care of other people. And that's just the truth, bottom line. God's honest. I know a little bit about that. I know what it feels like to feel lonely. I know what it feels like to feel left out. I know what it feels like to be angry about that. I mean, I can sit here and tell you all kind of sob stories. I'm in a much better place now psychologically than I used to be, though. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. Since getting married and having kids, my quality of life jumped up. So you gotta understand, for me, when I was born, I wasn't a single parent, but my biological father was no great prize. So it might have well been a single parent. My mom was, I can only imagine how afraid she was when I was born. And they pretty much told her, you need to be prepared that he's going to live with you maybe until you die. And then best case scenario, he ends up in a home somewhere. And that's assuming I didn't end up homeless on the street, because I would find out later on in life that I was neither truly physically disabled enough or mentally disabled enough to end up in a lot of what they would consider those homes. So, likelihood either I was going to end up being a burden to my brother or sister, or I was going to end up on the street. And the truth of the matter is, I probably would have wanted to end up on the street before I became a burden to either one of them. Both my brother and sister are decent folk, though. So, I mean, I'm sure it would have been what it would have been, but I would never wanted to be a burden on them. That being said, considering that, and considering I spent a good portion of my life in a special education program that did great for me, by the way. I learned a lot of things that I don't think people that you would consider regular education, I don't think they could do half the things that I learned how to do in school. Learn how to budget and learn how to do your own taxes, all that kind of stuff I was learning. But anyway, I think I did pretty good considering I was gonna live with my mom until she passed away or just couldn't take care of me anymore, and then hopefully end up in a home living off $700 a month. I think I did pretty good, thanks to my beautiful wife who was willing to invest in me and take time in me. I now am married with 2 kids, and I work a full-time job that pays decently. By no means is it the perfect situation, but I'm living far and beyond what anybody thought I would. I feel, considering where I started, I am the epitome of achieving my own greatness from a small beginning. I'm very grateful and very humbled for the many gifts that God put around me, for the many gifts that those who love me put around me. I get to come home from work every day, and there are 2 beautiful little girls that call me daddy. That still blows my mind every single time. But yeah, that's a little bit of my story. I guess I'd like to share more with you guys like that kind of stuff. I like sitting here talking. With smoking cigars. Normally, I'd like to be surrounded by some of the buddies and stuff like that, but unfortunately, just like me, some of my buddies, we all had to grow up, and eventually, unfortunately, we don't get the time together that we used to. So. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna take one more good puff of this song gun. Just get your think of it. If you're interested in those, you can get these at cigarinternational.com. Great little website. This is not a sponsorship. They don't pay me to say that, but I'll give them a plug. They do good business. Um, I have enjoyed this for what it's been. Hopefully, eventually, we'll start figuring out a way to get some traction for some bucks. I had a couple guys on the stream when I first started, but unfortunately, we're having camera issues. I think I got those worked out, so hopefully, this won't happen next time. Oh, the HD camera for my PlayStation should be here tomorrow. So tomorrow's night's live stream, we should be working with a much better camera, much better. I'm really looking forward to it, guys. Check that out, me and Big Jamie. This has been real. Hope to see you guys back next week at that PSGuy Cigar Lounge, relaxing and unwinding from the week. You guys have a good one.